Howdy, hot shots. Beaming to you from Not a Financial Advisor land with not financial advice. It's Kevin with Earth 2 Mastery, one of your top 47.426 favorite digital investment YouTubers. And we're grabbing our WWF marbles. Grab your WWF marbles. I got Jake the Snake. I got Macho Man Randy Savage. I got Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. I got Big Boss Man, Ultimate Warrior, Hulkamania, because we are knuckling down into the Delorean drop, guys. So that's what we're doing here. We got the burn. We got how much we got burned. We got mine and GAG scores for the day. We're just doing it right. We're doing it up in here. All right, so I did luck out today. I scored. I got the ultra rare. I got the fully interactive, not drivable. That was a little bit of a snafu, perhaps. Maybe an intentional snafu, some people are saying. I don't know. We're just going to have to talk about that. But I did get the ultra rare, the life size 1-to-1. Now, I have to say, I really want to place this thing in the best, most opportune place. I am not good at using the AR capabilities of the Delorean. Actually, I'm not good at using any of the AR. Can you guys lift your AR digital collectibles up and down in the app? Like, let's say I place it on the ground, but then I try to blow it up, then it's lifted off the ground. I can't move it up and down. I can move it side to side. I can move it, further away or closer. I can make it bigger or smaller, but every time I do that, then it gets further off the floor or, further away from me, whatever. You can turn it around. When I first got the interactive DeLorean, it wasn't interactive at all. I'm like tapping on the doors. I'm tapping on the steering wheel. Nothing happening. And I was like, oh man, I got the static one. I was like, maybe that's a glitch. Maybe it's going to be worth even more. I don't know. So anyway, I got that first ultra rare DeLorean. It took me a couple hours to get it. When I finally got it, it wasn't interactive. And then I'm reading that people are having the commons and they're able to drive them around. And I'm like, what is going on? People are saying they're drivable. I never saw it drive. I couldn't drive it, but people were saying that the driving function was turned on for a little while on the commons. Now, I had bought 3 commons just because I didn't get back into the app. I stayed for like 30 minutes. I woke up this morning like 2 hours early. I was watching Fear the Walking Dead and sitting there waiting for the drop to happen. And then when it finally happened, I'm sitting there for like half an hour, like longer than I thought I should be trying to get the ultra rare. And maybe 10 minutes into trying, I got one of those screens where I could purchase. And I hit to purchase it and confirm my purchase. And I'm like, I'm getting one. And then my app crashed. So I didn't get that number, but I'll tell you what, I just kept going for like another 20 minutes, just sitting there and refreshing, trying to reserve a collectible. And finally, it said I could buy one. So I was like, well, I don't know, cautiously optimistic. I click on it and it was like number 649. So I got a really low mint. I got it like 32 minutes after they dropped. And I couldn't believe it. Because I had already, the previous one that I had tried to get was number 10,789. So when I kept going for 20 more minutes, I was like, there's no way that there's any left. And then magically I got one, guys. Magically I got one. So I got one of those. And then they took the app offline. I was having some work done at the house today, so I had to go outside and meet some people real early in the morning. They'd been trying to call me and interrupt the drop. They weren't supposed to come till this afternoon, and then they were trying to call me like during the drop, and I just kept blocking their calls, which was bugging my phone. Oh man, it was like I was really knuckling down. I had to get me one of those ultra rares. That's the only one I really wanted, like. I like the common better than I like the rare, I think, but then the rare is more valuable. So I was like going back and forth. I want to be able to take a picture with it, like full size, but I wanted it to be interactive. Oh, I was just really torn as to whether I wanted the rare or the common. And so I was like, no, I'm just going all out. I'm getting the ultra rare or nothing. Well, I went outside because I thought everything was sold out. I went outside and met the people to do the work. They got done doing the work. I came back inside and they had taken the app offline for a while. And then when they put it back, I don't know if there were any rares left at that point or not. both the rare and the common both said that they had a bunch of copies left. But I thought it said sold out on the rare by the time I looked at it. And I didn't look at it right away because I had already got my ultra rare. But they were still able to buy common. So I just got in there and I had 100 gems. So I was like, I'm just going to buy 3 of them because I feel like they're going to sell out. Well, then it was taking a long time for them to sell out because there were 50,000 of them. And then all of a sudden they were sold out when I looked later. And then I saw that they had somehow left the driving function on, and I was wondering if that spurred a lot of sales. People were unhappy. I'll tell you what. People were unhappy. They were mad in the Discord. They were mad on the VeVe chat. They were mad on Telegram. And, I feel like rightfully so. If they did go and buy it because they saw that people were driving them, now that they had said that these were not going to be drivable. Now, I don't know if they're going to allow us to pay to unlock a feature in the future. If you have all 3 of them, you're a master collector, and then you get to unlock drivability. If there's going to be another drop, and then those are going to be drivable. But people were asking, how can it be an NFT? And this is a good question. How can it be an NFT if they are changing the features that it has? And the way I understand it is that the car itself is an NFT. The functions that it has are all in-app functions. So it is just a digital collectible NFT. If it is drivable, that is an in-app function. And that is a function of the app that can be turned off and on. It isn't necessarily peculiar to the NFT. So that's how it can be an NFT and still have functions or features that are selectable. And so that's how they could make a static one, make one that's interactive, turn on the interactiveness of it, turn on the drivability of it, because they're controlling that within the app. That isn't part of the NFT. And that's the way that I understand it. If we find out something different, I will definitely tell you about it. But I was so stoked to get an ultra rare. And it took me over half an hour of sitting there and refreshing and just refreshing and refresh. Well, it wasn't necessarily refreshing. I was still on the app, but I was clicking, to buy it, and it was reserving order, and I kept getting kicked out. And then I got kicked off the buy page, got back into the app, and then, I just kept going for like 32 minutes. And then finally I got one, and I was like, that's amazing, because I really believed that they would have all been sold out by then, but I didn't want to get out of the app on my phone to go to Discord and find out or anything. So I just kept going. Finally, I got one. And then I got the 3 commons, and I was stoked about that. But then one of my friends was telling me, no, the rare was still available. And I was like, oh man, I would have bought 1 rare and 1 common instead, so that I had the full set. So maybe I boned it there. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't care because I got the ultra rare. So I don't care because I got ultra rare. And here is the issue though, guys. I was gonna make a video early in the day. I was gonna make a video right away, but I had those people here doing the work, and then I had some people that we were going to dinner with, and I was like, you know what? That's cool, because I'll just go back late at night, and I'll get in my time machine, and I'll go back in the day and post it earlier. But I think there's something wrong with my time machine, because it's not working. My video is just late. I can't take it back in time like I thought that I could. So I'm a little bit perturbed. But here we are. We have the worst Back to the Future movie of the trilogy, Back to the Future 3. I had to finish out the trilogy though, because me and my son already watched 1 and 2 this week, getting ready for the Back to the Future drop. And so we got to watch number 3. I mean, even though it's the worst of the 3, at least it's still entertaining. Little overly dramatic at times. I don't know anybody else like that. I don't know anybody else that can be a little bit overly dramatic. But I enjoy the movie, even though it is not the best of the set. So I got my DeLorean right there, and I'm like, Doc, jump in. We'll head back to the future. So I got that picture of the DeLorean there for that. And then guess what, guys? This is so cool when you go inside the DeLorean and you can see the dash and you can see the flux capacitor. Like, that level of detail is what sets VeVe collectibles apart from others, right? Like, there's Quid, you could get cards, you get stickers, whatever. That's nothing. This is amazing. I mean, look at that. You can go in and look at the numbers. You can look at the labels. You can look at the flux capacitor. I mean, they even have the air conditioning controls. It's just too cool. It is just too cool. Like, I was trying to figure out how to get a picture. I think that Android works better with this app than iOS does. I was trying to figure out how to get a picture with my son, like standing under that Batwing door. Like I was trying to get him to stand in front of it and get the picture, but every time he was there, it was like blocking him. It was in front of him. I couldn't get a picture of him between me and the car. So like I place it in augmented reality and I take a few steps back so that I could get the whole car in the picture. And then I want him to go stand by the car for a picture, and it's not working. So I hope that functionality improves over time. Because what? I need to be able to take like photo ops with my full-size DeLorean. So I need to be able to do that. And you can't do that if it keeps blocking you. So that is definitely something that I want to see improved in the future. I keep putting it on the ground, but then when I blow it up to life size, it's like a foot off the ground or something. Like I need it to be a little bit more, I'm not saying I need to be able to drive it, but I need to manipulate it a little bit better in the app. I need to be able to move my collectibles up and down. Like I have some of the Harley Quinns that are kind of like floating. So I want to put them on an object, or I want to put them above an object. I want to be able to move them up and down. And it seems like the only way to do that is to try to like zoom in or zoom out, like make the collectible bigger or smaller, and then try to get it to stick where you want it. So they're definitely, it's still in beta, and they definitely need to improve that functionality, in my opinion. Okay, so here's what happened though. GAG did not get a DeLorean. GAG didn't get them because I got them all. I told GAG, I was like, pound sand, GAG. I'm getting them all. But she wanted to drive it. So I was like, okay, yeah, here, hop in for a spin, drive it. And you know what the first thing she does is? The first thing GAG does, she backs it into my garage, crushes the garage, dents my DeLorean. No wonder the time machine part of it isn't working tonight. Joker, GAG. Shouldn't have let her drive. Should take her driver's license away. She's getting too dang old. But here's something else. Look at this. VeVe Collectible is the top grossing app on iOS in Canada. And I don't have the chart here for the United States. I don't even know where this chart came from. I saw it on Twitter and snagged it. I'm sure you could probably search for the USA. I don't know where it's at in there. It's got to be number 2 or 3. I mean, that thing is just really pumping out the money. So let's take a look at what kind of money it made today. Okay. Hopefully you guys all got ultra rares. Hopefully you guys got, oh my gosh, you can't see me down there. You can't see me down there. That's a really weird way that it did that. Let's get me down here. New movie recording. You still can't see me. What is the problem? You can't. I'm not showing. Oh, never mind. That's just my camouflage shirt. I thought I wasn't showing up at all. Oh, but it's just because I'm wearing camo. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. So we're gonna put that right on top. I was so confused there. Maybe I didn't freeze the way I thought I did. It's just the camo. I couldn't see what was going on. Okay, OMI Burn today. I've got my chart here. Well, not much of a chart, but I did all the math. So here for the common collectible, they sold 49,960. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Some people think that when they turned on the drivability of the car, it was because the commons weren't selling out quick enough. I know they would have sold out within a day or two. I don't really think they had to do that in order to sell out of the commons. But if they did, that's a little bit scammy. I'm not speaking for the company because I'm not affiliated with the company. I know some people probably think that because I do videos on VeVe and OMI that I'm somehow connected. I'm not. I would love it if they would pay me. Hey guys, if you're out there watching, I accept bribes. You could bribe me with collectibles. You could bribe me with OMI because OMI is my homie. Say OMI is my homie for the algos down below. This right here, this kind of burn on one drop is why OMI is my homie. This is why I'm going to stick with it. This is why GAG's got them bags and why GAG's got them. GAG, you selling? No, she got them diamond hands. All right, right here we got 49,960 of those common DeLoreans sold. And I actually kind of think the common ones are a little bit cooler than the static one. I like the idea of being able to take a picture with it, but I can't take a picture with it seemingly anyhow anyway. So the common one was a good price point. It's interactive. It's really cool and detailed. Any of you guys that got common ones, I think it was a good decision, okay? Especially Yeah, right now, maybe there's only 160,000 people that use the app, but there's going to be millions, guys. All these licenses that we have, there's going to be millions. There's going to be millions. You think they're not going to want one of those first appearance Delorean drops? Even the commons, they're going to want them. You guys made a good decision. Listen, I can't tell you what to do, but I told GAG, I said, hey, GAG, just get a common. And she was like, I can't get a common. I want the ultra rare. I was like, you get a common. You get a common, at least you get something. I was like, fine, I'm buying all the commons. I'm buying them. I'm buying every one of them I can get. So I got 3 because that's how much money I had. So on the commons, they made $1,498,300.40. Then you got the rare, the static 1-to-1 size rare, $24,960, sold at $69.99. That's for a total of $1,746,950.40. And then they had 12,460. You see how it's always 60 because they keep 40 of them for the company. I don't know if they keep them, if they give them to the people they got the license from. I don't think the employees get them. I think they withhold them for giveaways and stuff like that. So, but they keep them. They keep them. So there's 40 that are missing from the totals, and that's why I did that. 12,460 times $99.99 for the ultra rare, $1,245,875.40. That brings us to a grand total of $4,491,126.20. And what I did is I just picked randomly a 0.009er for the amount to divide by to see how many OMI were burnt, because OMI had a pretty good tear today. Like it went up like 20% today. So that was a pretty good day. Almost back up to a penny. We're at 0.009 cents and some numbers. I don't know. I just rounded to 0.009. We don't know when they're going to buy it anyway, or when they're going to burn it. Like we don't know how they do their calculation. That's not necessarily public information at this point. But that means that they are going to burn 499,014,022 OMI. All right, guys, almost 500 million OMI burnt today. Okay, did I do my math wrong? I don't think so. Guys. I think that's what it is. That is nuts. So, yeah, I'm flabbergasted. That's a huge number, 500 million. So, if they did that on multiple drops a month, can you imagine how fast OMI would get burnt up? And that is very good because the total supply was originally 750 billion. They've already burnt over 2.5 billion of it. They've locked away permanently like 98 billion for the next 18,000 years or something like that. A lot of these are never going to see the light of day, but it's still nice to get that 750 billion. Psychologically, that total supply coming down is very good for us as investors. What really makes a difference in the price of it, in my opinion, is the repurchases. So 30% comes right off the top. People were saying, Ecomi made over $4 million today. Well, yeah, I mean, gross they did, but there's a lot of expenses. It's not like it's free to run the business. And 30% comes right off the top to the app stores, which I wanted to talk about because people are talking about the euro. They're getting charged like 40% more or something like that. I don't know the exact number because I can't pull it up and just experiment and calculate on it. But it's something like 40% more because the euro is worth more than $1, but the App Store is converting their euros as if they were $1. And then VeVe is saying, well, this is a problem with the App Store. And maybe it is solely the App Store, but I almost feel like it's possible that because they still need to net the same amount, that they may not only be charging the extra 30% at the App Store, but maybe VeVe is tacking on another 30% of that 30% on there, which would be 9%-ish. Maybe they're doing that because they need to still pay the App Store their commission on that amount too. So people are mad at VeVe. I understand it's a frustrating situation. I do not understand why it's happening. But VeVe is saying that it's Apple. I went and looked at another app that was $4.99 here, and it was still $4.99 even in is it the euro or the pound, whatever they were using, whatever. I got somebody to send me the picture, and it was the same amount, even though that currency is worth more than the dollar. So they're paying more for other apps too. It's not just the gems in this one, but it seems like it's even higher in this one than in others, and I'm not 100% sure why. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I have thought about that. I've looked into it. I've tried to compare it to other apps, and I still don't have a conclusive answer other than to say that Apple is definitely charging more for other apps as well. So we really need to get the OMI to gem conversion going so that the people don't have to worry about that huge discrepancy, a disparity. Plus, when they buy gems with OMI, that OMI immediately gets burnt. So that's something that we really want to have happen. Okay, so anyway, they basically netted, after the 30% of fees to the App Store, they netted $3,143,788. Still a huge day for Ecomi. They have to pay for servers out of that. They have to pay software developers. And then they also buy, after that 30% is taken off, they buy 10% worth of Ecomi. So which winds up being about 7% of the total, because you take 30% off and then 10% of 70%. So it's just easy to figure out 7%. So I took the 499 million OMI that are getting burnt. 7% of that is going to get repurchased. So they're going to be repurchasing close to 35 million OMI all on this one drop in this one sales day. And hopefully we have multiples of those per week in the near future. Now, I know some people are trying to say they're only going to have one drop a week. I don't see how that can go on forever. They're going to want to drop more and more. And people are saying, oh, well, they minted too many, and they're going to upset the resellers. The resellers are not the target audience here, guys. The collectors are. That's why they're going to have a master collector program. They want people hodling the OMI. They don't need you reselling it, right? That's a perk of buying a collectible. You don't need to immediately turn around and resell it. They're going to try to maximize their mintings, probably to still sell out the first day or two. They're going to want to maximize their mints, and they're going to want to maximize their income and their price. And it just makes sense. That's what you would want to do. As a collector on VeVe, I don't like that because I want cheaper collectibles and I want more rare collectibles. As an investor in OMI, I like that because the more money they bring in and the more they mint, the more OMI they burn. So, I'm playing both sides of the field here, and that's just the way it's going to be. Now, I could tell a lot of people were mad today because I started getting people unsubscribing to my channel and I hadn't even said anything. I hadn't even gone out and put out another video. So I had a lot of people unsubscribe today. So, maybe you guys can help me out and subscribe so that I could get that number back up, especially with this awesome information I'm bringing you in this incredible perspective of why OMI and VeVe is so freaking great. So get to sub and sub and sub and sub.